Good morning, good morning, good morning, my neighbors. Welcome to another episode of BYTTT. Before you take the trade, the trading floor edition of that. I hope my audio is working perfectly fine. I don't know what's going on with my mic. Probably gonna have to do something over the weekend and kind of like gut everything. Oh, look at oil drop. But you know what? Without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight to the charts and see what's going on out there. All right. So the first thing I kind of just noticed was oil, but let me go ahead and put this on. What you're seeing on the screen now is my new system that I am putting in place, which is called NQued Up. For those that are part of my boot camp, congratulations, you already have access to this. And those that are in my beta team, this will be coming to you very, very, very soon. I'm excited for this because it allows us to kind of see what I designed with NQ'd Up to kind of see what the markets do. And plus, I can start to look at other instruments, even though this was built around NQ. Anyways, moving on. I'm liking what the market is doing right now. Let me make sure I have all my chats in place. Is this my chat? No, that is not my chat. No, that is my chat. Huh. That is interesting. I cannot see my chat again. What is going on with this thing? All right, if you post something on the chat on YouTube, I probably can't see it, but my Instagram, I should be able to see it right there. Oh, I would have seen it if it was actually live. All right, there we go. Uh, there we go. All right, here comes the party. So far so good. Everything is looking really, really good for NQ to give us a little bit more of a downside. We did have a solid pullback about a couple hours ago, and it's almost like we just had this massive move to the downside. I kind of pointed this out on yesterday on my pop up. It looks like we just have this order block that's sitting right about here, and we pretty much are having a hard time getting back above here. We've tried here. We tried to use that support here. That didn't really work out too well. And then we kind of started pouring down to that downside. So, hey, good morning. Good morning. All right. So, yeah, I only can see the chats on Instagram right now. But yeah, I'm very curious on where NQ goes at this point. If we look at the stochastic, it's at the downside here, so it can bounce, it can reverse here. But the problem that we have here is that we're close to the zero line on the MACD, so we could get some momentum that's going to really, really drive us to that south side and come down some more. So let's go ahead and get deeper into it. We got oil. So oil, remember I kind of blocked out this as the order block, right, last week, and you could kind of see I was very curious. I wanted to see. We used this as a bounce, right? We used it as a bounce again. And then we came up to, I was like, maybe somewhere around this level. It's a little off, but, again, this was my projection. And we was going to have a tough time here, but I'm looking for it to dump right through. And it looks like the dump right through is happening. I do anticipate some type of pullback is going to happen or some consolidation coming in the next 30 minutes. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe we get a nice little test inside of this order block and then we go to the downside. We'll see. This is gold. Gold had a nice little pop up after it had a massive move. You could kind of see that here. Now this is the level I kind of pointed out before. 2522.5, right? I saw it as a level of structure. Our 200 was right there, and it was a level of support or previous resistance back here. So I was very, 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 very curious on how we were going to go ahead and knock our heads against that wall. And you could kind of see we had a nice little hit there. We closed below, and whoever was waiting to go ahead and buy some more, they waited right there. Got a nice little higher low. Let me zoom in a little bit. Nice little higher low here. Took out the wick here, but we're coming right back into an order block. This area here, 2535 is another tough area. So I'm going to see what happens with that. Now, the reason why gold is dropping, I told y'all this. Silver. This is what silver is doing. As silver is dropping, it's dragging gold down. And you could kind of see silver had a nice little uptrend here. got to that top area, hit its head above on the roof, and yeah, it just didn't really break out. I really wanted it to kind of ride this trend and kind of do something like this a couple of times and then kind of break out like that to that level, but it didn't do that. And right now, silver is dumping and is going to drag the rest of the metals. Do we get the rest of what should have been that M pattern back down to this level? Maybe. Or is this going to be a new level of an M pattern and this is our short side of it? Let's go ahead and measure that out. Maybe we'll get some type of break to this level and brings us into the 23s. Maybe. But if that happens, that's probably going to be the catalyst for us to come back into gold, where I was saying this level is very interesting because we left such a void of space. Hold on, where are you? Right here. We have a nice little void of space waiting for us right about here around the 2400 level. So I'm really curious on what gold can do there. All right, we got 5 minutes. Let me speed this up. We got ourselves British pound. British pound had a nice little move to the upside here. In 34 minutes, it's going to be over. I think this is a order block test. I really do. So we'll see what happens with that. If we go over to the daily, you'll see what I mean. We've been on this like downtrend on the stochastic, and we've been pulling down. I think they are looking for this and this to be our downside. That's probably the angle that they're looking for. And they're going to test what could be an order block here from this level to where we kind of consolidated at this doji here. They're probably going to look at that as a level of interest to keep on trying to buy it back up. We'll see what happens there, but I like this 2 hour because we had a nice little pullback. We didn't take any highs. Could this be an area where we kind of come here, make a higher low, lower low, and then this is our lower high again, and then we make ourselves another lower low. Maybe we'll get into the 50% or the 382 of this auto fib. We'll see what happens there. Okay, 4 minutes. All right, natural gas. Natural gas, you know, I gave you the warnings. Contract expiration is the only reason why it's up here. I will not be surprised that this comes back and fill this one before they go fill the ultimate gap that I've been looking for, which is all the way back here around that 167. But that $2 mark or 2.0 is probably where everybody's dancing at. 1.998 rounded up to 2.0. That's probably where everybody's dancing, and they're probably going to stop it right there. So just be cautious there if you're going to play natural gas. Russell, look, that's why I call it a potential uptrend. The potential uptrend does not guarantee that this is going to stay in that uptrend. And you could see what's happening right now. Look at this action. They're starting to break the potential uptrend. They want to get it up there. It's sitting on top of an order block, but we're testing the order block way too many times. Here's our order block that started back here. We broke right through. We used that support. Couldn't spring up. Went deeper into it. Sprung up some more, but it did not take that high. We got ourselves what could be a potential downtrend that looks something like this. So I'm going to be very curious on what the market does here today, because if we get under this order block on the Russell, we're probably going to fall right on down. And that's the action that I am looking for on the Russell. And then the last one is, this is supposed to be dollar. I'm going to go ahead and do dollar. The dollar is above its order block. This order block is actually built on the daily. So this is going to be a tough area. So I want to see what they're going to do with that. You can kind of see we use that support here, got deep into here to support again and support again. So now that we are above it, MACD is here. It is exhausted, so I want to see how the dollar holds above this level. Because if it can stay above 1014, 1015, somewhere around there, we probably won't test that 99 anytime soon. But if we start to get back inside the order block and start taking out some of these levels, the stochastic should flip right over. We are in a bearish state. It can happen, but let's see if new buyers step in on the dollar. That said, let's go ahead and take a peek at the VIX. Here is the VIX, letting us know what's going on with the volatility. I drew this downtrend line a few weeks back on everything, and I think this is what they're looking for. And everybody was saying that this right here, this action when we spiked up and we had that massive drop on August 5th, they kind of called it, oh, well, it was a computer glitch. Maybe. But I'm going to take the chart for what it is. It did not hold, so I'm going to call this like a weekly type of wick, and this is how the weekly look. And maybe they're gonna go ahead and try to attack that some more, and then the market drop. Maybe, maybe. So right now the Qs are down. Let's go ahead and get ourselves over to NQ and get ourselves prepared. If you have not been on my trading floor, you don't know how I operate it. We kind of go over some tickers and everything else, but we are doing one strategy and one strategy alone, and that is the opening range breakout. So I am looking for the opening range. Good morning, welcome to the party. I'm looking for the opening range breakout on the 15-minute, my favorite way of setup. Nice and simple, should be easy for a lot of people. Oop, market just opened, looking good so far, and we're going to go ahead and see what happens there. All right, let me put my chat over here so I can see that. I am able to see my chat on Instagram. I cannot see my chat on YouTube. So if you are messaging me, I do apologize. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube. I got to go ahead and call them and try to figure it out. All right. So it looks like we started pushing down first. So let's see if that actually holds. Let me get rid of all these drawings. We start fresh. And we almost got 60 seconds in. I'm going to plot it out. So what I want to do is basically, I want to plot out, this is bearish, basically. And bull, oh, what a massive little move right there. So anything above here would be bullish. I'm not doing that. That was an old flush play. I'm gonna leave that alone. So I'm looking to be bullish if it gets above that level, and I will be bearish when it gets past one of these levels down here. So I'm gonna be adjusting that for the next 15 minutes. That said, let's go ahead and look at some tickers. Let's go with my green list. Gotta check out some stuff there. All right, UNH has got a nice little pop up here. I want to see UNH really start to do a nice little push, but I wanted a better pullback, so I'm being very cheap on this one. A pullback into 570s ish is what I'm looking for. But yeah, I think they're trying to make some new highs here. We'll see what happens there. Meta, Meta, this one, do we have any fair? Ooh, we got a nice little gap here. Maybe they'll try to take out this gap down here and probably push it to that downside. We'll see what happens there. Microsoft. All right, so Microsoft is doing a little bit of a dance here. It looks like it's trying to hold down. Microsoft is in an interesting spot because Microsoft was the one that CrowdStrike basically tanked, because everybody thought it was a Microsoft issue, but they come to find it was a CrowdStrike issue. So very interesting spot for here. I think it wants to curl up. The stochastic is telling me up, but I think it's going to really probably break this potential uptrend. Let's pull out CCJ because my alert just went off. Yeah, they're starting to break out what looks like some type of bear flag type of action. We might do something very similar to something like this. Boom, boom, and then doom. Like that. So we're going to see what happens with CCG. Let me go ahead and move this from my green list to red list, because I probably will look for a play on that one, especially that bearish divergence. That will be fun. All right, let's go back over to NQ. All right, first 15 minutes is in. What is going on? This thing is tweaking. I'm going to have to fix that because it's putting way too many lines. Let me see. Is that my super trend? Let me get my super trend on. No, that's not my super trend. Yeah. Swamp Thing Quonky is going on. That's why I love Beta Team. Beta Team probably going to send me a message. Be like, hey, Jeff, I noticed that it has some extra lines. All right. Starting to really push that thing down. All right, so let's talk about some opportunity. Where did I just put that? Let's grab my dub chart. Let's put you side by side. Here's my Qs, and let's see. Look for something on the daily on this one because this thing is making a massive little move down. 200 EMA is sitting at 440. Not saying it's gonna go that far. We got a gap fill, brings us to 465. That could be a target. 465 or 450. 465 or 450. That would be a choice little situation right there. Nice bear flag breakout. This thing is dumping right there. Let's see. And then if it does go to the upside, because you got a plan for both sides, 485. 485. All right. So let's go ahead and get that all prepared. Really. So I have a very volatile leap, and I just noticed the thing just said like the ask is like 480 or something like that, right? And I think I got it for like 80 cents or whatever. But I know it's just a whole lot of volatility in that. But the funny thing about it, it's not. It says last mark was 260, so they must have filled somebody order around that 260 level, whatever the case may be. So congratulations to that person. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, let me go ahead and set this up. 465. Oh, this thing might run away on me, and I might not find a spot, but that's okay. We take the cards that are dealt in front of us. We don't force anything. 465. Yeah, I like that one. I like that contract. Go ahead and save that. 465. And save that. Now, with such a massive move to that downside like that, there could be some pullback, but we'll see what happens there. And then if we are wrong and this thing flips and does some type of V-shaped recovery, ooh, 485 is tough. Let's go with the next closest high. That's 476. Let's go 476. Yep, 476. 476. And 476. 476. All right, boom, boom. All right. And oh, actually, let me modify this. Make sure I got the right quantity because I kind of blueprint that the other day. Don't want that pressure again because I'm going to probably just execute accordingly. All right, so I got that set up. So 465, 470, sorry, 476, 465. Somewhere around that ballpark is where we're going to be aiming for. All right, and then let's see. So let's see. I think what they're trying to do, let's come to the 5 minutes. I was just looking at a different chart. It looks like they're trying to make a nice little push to this downside. There is going to be some sense of a pullback because we just made a massive 5 minute candle. I want to see this continue lower. This is still our low. The 5 minutes in the bearish state. Same with the 15. See what the 1 hour. Oh yeah. Oh man. Is the 2 hour following it? So that's the one that kind of made me curious. Does the 2 hour go through the zero line and start really putting some pressure and dumping the market? I think that is possibly the case. So let's take our time here. Oh, let's look at Visa while I wait. So this is Visa, and I was talking to the community and letting them know, Visa does look good. It looks like they're trying to make a nice little break to the upside. And right now, this thing is making another push to that upside. I think it's probably going to be the time with the financial sector. I would love for this thing to kind of get into that 280, 285 level, and I think there'll probably be some more upside for Visa if we actually did that. So look for Visa to kind of make more of a push to that upside 285, maybe even get into 290. If it gets to 290, I'll be a happy person. I'm already at 32%, and I am excited. Oh, actually, you know what? Gotta put it on it. Oh my God, why did this thing change my screen? Of course you would change my screen. Alright, setting. Don't you just love when technology does its job? What just happened? So it's showing me that instead of showing me that. Okay, so you're in the wrong screen. Okay, got it. Let's fix that. Nope, wrong one. Let's get that, and I need that. There we go. That's the screen. So I'm sitting at 35% on this one. I'm very curious on. I think it got some more upside. I really want to see how it does. But nice little uptrend coming through the zero line. Depending on how we attack this wick at about 280, I could see this get into that 282 quite easily. So that's the one I'm kind of looking at. Oh, let me get back to NQ. Another 5 minutes just went by. Spent a lot of time trying to fix that screen. All right. They made a new low. They still pushing it down. New low from the mark that I have. So we got like 3 minutes and 49 seconds until this candle fully closes. Let me bring back my Instagram. There we go. If this somehow, some way, is the beginning of what I think is going to be the dump for the rest of the day, I think that 465 is in reach. I think that 465 is in reach. Yeah. All right, we got 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Let's go check out my red list and see what's going on over there. Costco's pulling back. I had a feeling that it needed to pull back a little bit. We got to that 900 level, but they couldn't hold the 900 level. They actually came right back down. So very, very, very interesting spot on that one. Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean is looking like. Give me 1 second. The little ones just came in here. All right, so with Royal Caribbean, I want to see this just kind of come back to the order block and give me a bounce, and I'll probably make a play on this one. Pizza's looking okay. It got under my order block, which I wasn't too happy about, but I'm looking for them to probably load up and then we take off. We'll see what happens there. Dell recovered really, really well. I did not think Dell had it in it. I thought this thing was going to the dirt and never be resuscitated. But for somehow, Dell just decided to go ahead and give it a nice little bounce. I don't like the company. I'm just being serious. It's between the 50 and the 200 EMA, so it could consolidate right here. We're on the bearish or in the bearish state right here for it. So this thing could probably dump. Oh my God, Visa just did another pop up. Hold on, let me go back to Visa before we go to NQ. Yeah, it just attacked the wick. Yeah, that looks really, really good. That looks really good. Come on, Visa. If it can get into that order block right around here, real deep into it, then I'll feel like everybody is picking up from this consolidation here. They're probably still in this trade. But 280 is a nice psychological level. I could see that probably pull back on us a little bit. But I got time. I'll probably make my decision at the end of the day. All right. So back to NQ. Let's see how that party goes. We got 59 seconds until this candle closes. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to save the settings on that because that thing it really just changed up my code a little bit. We'll fix that. We will fix that a little bit later off this video. You took NQ up? Okay. Yeah, I can see it going up for a little bit. It's trying to rebalance itself. All right. So now, what's the next setup? So we got our why. You know, this is how I kind of teach everybody and let them know how to get in their trades. So we got our why. I'm looking because I want to see us break out of the 15-minute. So now I'm going to go to the 5-minute. I am going to get an entry. What is my entry? That's the other W, right? What is my entry? My entry is going to be a break and close below that level at 19,350, 850. That is what we established as our low. And let me go ahead and get myself ready to possibly take a trade. All right, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna go light leverage today. Oh, clear that out. I do not need replay. Yep, get out of replay. I'm gonna go light leverage. Let's do, I think I'm gonna be on a 2 hour today. 2 hour, like what the chart looks like on a 2 hour. We got 15 minutes. I really think there's gonna be a pushback up. I really do. So if you are playing it to the downside, make sure you got confirmations and you got solid entries that you're comfortable with. This thing can get violent. Real quick. Alright, got that. And let me just tweak this a little bit. I'm gonna kind of see it like that. Oh, not like that. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and finish up this list. So we have Starbucks. I don't know. I gave my warnings. I like what they did. I like their push up. I love the bounce off of dividends. I like all of the stuff with Starbucks here. But I did not like how it never retraced and at least test this gap. Probably take this more serious on this upside when they finally really pull this thing back down. I think somewhere in this order block, somewhere around $86, $88 is probably where you're going to get a bounce. So we'll just keep an eye on that. And then Pan W, this thing does not play. Nice little pullback for a little bit, but then this thing is trying to go ahead and reach out for those highs again. So we're going to see what happens there. I do think tech is going to come down a little bit. So I would love to see Pan W, a good company, just go into consolidation. All right, back to NQ. So our 15-minute, we established our orb right in here. Our 5-minute, we're waiting for a close below, which they're struggling with. Let's see what happens. Good morning, folks on Instagram. Good morning, folks on YouTube. It's like we got a couple more people that popped in. Okay. Okay. All right, we got like about a minute and 34 seconds left. So that said, let me go ahead and let y'all know. New classes, my boot camp is out. September 9th and 13th. Tickets will be on sale soon. I just want y'all to go ahead and just bookmark me. That way you know when I have it out there. Looking to help everybody become a profitable trader. So it's going to be the Become a Profitable Trader Challenge. Do you want to take the test and find ways to be much more profitable? If you have some challenges on your trading, great way to learn. We're going to have a lot of psychology stuff that we're going to work on. We're going to have a lot of stuff from trends, proper optimization of chart patterns, and really get y'all to that next level. All right. 42 seconds, and we're still inside here. Like, And I know there's some traders you like to play inside. Like you get the opening range, and you'll play boom, 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 maybe a little bit of scattered, and then you'll play right back up until you get to the top again. Maybe a little wick out, and that's fine. I don't like that type of stuff. I'm directional. I prefer to be directional. So if you want to run with that, run with it. That'll work. Okay. So another 5 minutes where we just stayed inside of the range, they might come back for this fair value gap. So if you are playing inside of this, you're probably gonna target something like about here is where you start to real feel comfortable on that trending up that we're doing with a little bit of a tiny, tiny, tiny little micro trend. And that's this one. So I would stay in the trade if you are playing this to the upside until that line breaks. So we'll see. Looks like they pulled me back. I was like at 45% on this contract. Now I'm back to 35%. Probably risk it until it gets to like 20%. Thinking about that. But again, this is like months. Try to debate that. We'll figure it out. Figure it out at the end of the day. Maybe I'll post it on YouTube and Instagram what I decide on that one. All right, they testing that line. Just come and zoom in a little bit. Let's see what the price action is doing there. Nice little push. A little bit of a pullback. Mm-hmm. Look like they didn't have enough. So what I was looking for is that they kind of come back up here and then start to do a little dance and then start to break out to the fair value gap, something like that. But looks like it's struggling here. MACD's pointing down. Stoke is pointing down. Well, starting to point down, I should say. But we'll see. But we are not taking the trade until we get a close on the 5 minute on the bottom of 19,358. If you want to be aggressive, by all means, no problem. Have at it. But I am looking for a close below. Got 2 minutes and 30 seconds until this candle closes. Go on, baby. Show me what you got. Oh, I might have to move that over a little bit for Instagram. You know what? That's fine. They can still see the percentage. Just can't see the dollar amount, but that's okay. All right, so we're building some type of block right here, like that. They keep testing it. We just made a lower low into it, right? Where we kind of penetrated it and got below this low of this previous candle. So I'm very curious on what it does with that in the next minute or so. But it looks like 400 is a tough area for them to get back above. Strong psychological level there. Oh, and smack. And that's why I do not play in ranges. All right, so this might give me my close below very soon. So let me get myself prepared just in case. There it goes. All right, nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. I now, yes, could I have played the breakout? And I know there's some traders that's like, Jeff, you should take the breakout. I get those talks, but have my rules. I want to take my rules for my rules and run with them as such. So I am waiting 30 seconds for this candle to close and guarantee that this candle is going to close under there. Now, can this thing retrace all the way back up? Absolutely. Did it get to 300? No. Could they be testing 300? Maybe, but we're going to go ahead and see. All right, looks like I'm about to get myself ready to load up on these puts. And I am happy with what it looks like so far. All right. Starting down 3%. Now, I've had this debate with people too. Where's your stop loss? Well, my stop loss is technically inside of the structure to a certain degree, but I don't like to see like 20% down. That's not cute. It's not fun at all. But we'll see what happens. Debatable because my stop loss is technically at this structure. They would have to wipe out this whole 5 minute candle like right now. It could. It could. My wife is like, they could make a W right here. It could. It really could make a W and then start really taking off to the upside. I'm banking that they're gonna retest the orb and play it more to the downside again. That's what I'm thinking.
So when you get in with the retest?
What retest are you talking? This is the retest.
Oh.
This is the first time we closed above it. I'm sorry, closed below it. So now what I'm looking for is that they take out these guys here. Oh, you know what I did not do? I did not go check on my Thinkorswim. I did not log in. I do have a short swing over there. I don't even know what percentage it is. All right, let me take out P&L for y'all for a little bit. Let me go log myself in. Oh man, I forgot about that. All right, let's get a nice little push. If you're gonna dump, dump. So what I'm looking for is for this to get us probably around that 200, 250 level. And I think we got enough momentum for it, but we'll see what happens there. Because, the market's going to do what the market wants to do. We are not the king of the market. The market is king. Yeah, they're probably going to hold the trend line, but they might be going to break it. Who knows? I like the fact that we just made a lower low with that 5 minutes. So I'm just looking for this 5 minute to turn to like some sense of a doji consolidation. Even if they consolidated for 10 minutes, it would be really, really, really great. Mhm. Oh, that's interesting. That is funny. I thought I would be up a little bit more than that because we are actually uh, lower than Friday. But I guess between where my entry is to where we are now, I just basically negated theta. So I'm like at 5% down. Very interesting. Okay, that's cool. They can have that. All right, they're trying to close this 5 minute inside of the orb, which is not what I want to see. But I'm gonna be patient. I really think that this was like a little bit of an order block in itself. Let's see if that actually holds. Let's squeeze this over. Let's see what happened before. Yeah. So this was price action here. See if that holds. Ooh. That's probably why we doing this dance. Probably because of this price action here. But I am targeting inside of this fair value gap here. Roughly around here. That would be really, really great. And it'll look really, really good on my contract and my portfolio. But we'll see. We will see. What sucks with this, it started to look like a mother baby bounce. And I knew we could have a pullback, but we're not closing outside of the range, which is going to make me uncomfortable. Oh, and then they smack the crap out of it. Oh, continue to smack. If you're gonna smack like that, smack it hard. Drop that thing to the dirt if you're gonna smack it like that. Oh, can you imagine the liquidity they just swept on that one? I am only positive like 1% though, but that's a big liquidity grab. There's no way. Oh, they're getting them out the way. Let's go. Let's go. Let's show me my 20% and we'll be best friends. No, don't do nothing wild like that. Don't do nothing wild like that. Come on, don't sweep it. Don't sweep it. Do not sweep it. Do not sweep it. Do not sweep it. Oh, they sweeping it. Ah, they swept it. All right. Don't like the trade no more. I'm gonna be prepared to go ahead and close this out with a loss. Ah man, it only gave me like a peak of like 10%. That sucks. All right, let me go ahead and get myself prepared. I'm gonna try to hold on for the whole 5 minutes because if it doesn't take out this high, then I'm assuming that they're not going to take it out. But yeah, it's a sweep of a mother baby. That's what I was afraid of. Let me grab the news. Let's go see what's going on over there. Jerks. That's why it's important that you do not over leverage. So it's 5% of the portfolio, and I'm gonna lose a percentage, or at risk, and I'm gonna lose a percentage of that. Let me see what's in our news. Okay, in. Mm, bearish for the dollar. That's why they're trying to make that move. Go to the dollar. The dollar's probably dropping. Oh, dollar's rising. Oh, you jerks. You are jerks. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hold to see if we get above the range. If we get above the range, then I'll cut it. Right now, it is beating me up. Let y'all see that. Nothing to hide there. Let me get my whole entire grid ready. I really think that it's a more of a sweep itself than an actual push up. And I'm wondering if all these sellers are still here. That's why I'm still holding on to it. That way I can look at it from a different structure. Maybe it's a 15-minute that made them do that pullback. Maybe it's the fact that it's a 2 hour play that I was looking at overall as we go through the zero line. A couple things that gives me questions and give me pause in this one. So I'm gonna see if this fair value gap can hold, and that would require this 5 minute to really close under here. Could be building a block so that when we get under it, we just stay under it. Let me get rid of this watch list so we can have a full chart. And let me go ahead and squeeze that over for NQ. That way, I mean Instagram, so that way they can see it. A nice close of below 332 is probably what I'll be looking for. Yeah, they really beat up my contract. Now I just need this thing to stay as engulfing as it is now. Very red, nice and pretty for more downside. All right, I think that's the game that they're going to be playing. They're gonna build a block here. Does it have enough to get and take out this? So my stop probably still gonna sit here for the most part. I'm gonna see if this is strong enough to make that 2 hour really start to bend. Really, it's really a hard hold, but I'm taking what the price action does. I'm not affected by the P&L. I'm not affected by, oh, I want to see another red candle, and red candles make me feel comfortable because I'm in a short position. That's not why I took this trade. I took this trade that price is going to stay under this level, and now we're back under it. And now that we're back under that 19,358, might as well just see it until it's done. Now I'm looking forward to take out the low at 309 and see if we got enough steam to do that. A close under 332 will make me feel comfortable for that, but we got 3 minutes and 21 seconds until that's done. That was an interesting. Now, if this does what I think might happen, where it kind of makes those lower lows, let me go check on the dollar again. Let me see what it's doing. Still powering up. Oh, actually, that's the VIX. My bad. That's the VIX. Let me put the dollar back. Oh yeah, the dollar was dropping, but the VIX is doing that. That makes things interesting. Um, if it does make a lower low, I've seen where some type of news events come in, and then it attracts new buyers to step in, and then I don't know where they sweep them. So could that been a little bit of the trap in that regard? But I think we're cooling down here because we made a big drop coming from here, so we needed some type of consolidation. So this is a really, really good spot to consolidate. Let me come over to the 15-minute, and you'll see this was an area. We just need this 15-minute to kind of close under here, and then we could probably get into this fair value gap. That's part of the rejection or the bounce itself, is that fair value gap here that will bring us under 300 to like the 293s. I think that's what they're looking for. Oh, there we go. They kind of did it a little bit, kind of gave a spike. Get a close at 332. That was a good grab right there. Buy side liquidity. Everybody that's probably bullish in the market is probably being affected here. What sucks is my stochastic is so far down here on this 5-minute. 1 hour. But this 2 hour has some promise if we can get through this zero line. That's why I don't like when the opening range is so super wide like that. That profit taking can really toy with the breakout part of it. I think I'm gonna probably back test something on that. I really, really, really want all this price action. I want all of this. That was that push up. If I could get that, that would be great. That'll put me in a good position for me to kind of like scale myself out. Let me go look at my end of the week SPY. See what that thing looks like. That one. Oh, that drop made it jump up 23%. That's pretty cool. See if we can get another drop. All right, come back over to the 5 minute. Not a green doji. Not a fan of that. Let's see if they can recapture that wick. I think we accumulated here, and whoever was bullish here, they kind of thought it was cool. Got ourselves a nice engulfing with the wicks here, kind of with the bodies too. And I think whoever is bullish here, they're testing them now. Do they have enough bulls there? Maybe. I don't like these color changes. Keep on light pink, red, light pink, red, light pink, red. Just toying with me. Just toying with me. All right, take out that wick. If we could take this out at 306, that momentum should bring us to the 293 target I'm looking for. Right now, I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deviations out of the money.
I hope y'all doing schoolwork.
Come on, come on down.
Still translating?
Yeah, it's like a day swing, so I can't really just jump in and out. I'm not scalping. I was actually gonna play this on the scalp for the futures, but I was so concentrated on this because it popped up so fast. All right, let's take out that level. Let's go. Bye bye. Brought me back to break even here, which sucks. Come on, you got it. Let me go look at my cues.
What are you in?
I was targeting 465, which is the bottom of an order block that was on a pre-market. We haven't tested it yet. So I felt like this momentum was strong enough to do that, but we're having a tough time getting to the 467 level. That was my other target. So just looking for a close under 332. That should scare the bulls out and make them take a nap. Taking too long to get here, so there is a time factor here, which is going to make me kind of annoyed. But we got a minute and 30 seconds. Let's go dump. If you're going dump, dump. There we go. Let's go. Going into that 300 deeper. There we go. There we go. Come on. We got some more levels down there. Now we can try to go for that gap. Brings us into 466. That's what I'm looking for. Minute left. Come on. Ah. I'm trying not to give up on this and reposition for later, but they are really, really making it tough after making such a nice trend. But Overall, the 5 minute is just making lower lows and lower highs. That should scare the bulls out the way. Let's see what the 15 minute is doing. 15 minute looks solid. We're going to get a nice solid candle here. Probably going to get some pullback on it because this is 23 seconds. Close under 300 would be cool. No reason to be bullish right now. Don't save them. Don't save the bulls. All right, there goes my 20%. Thought about adding, but it's just taking way too long. We're gonna take money off the table. Let's just ride with one because I'm not a fan of what's happening right now, and we'll see what happens after the fact. And there's our pullback. No bullish divergence here. So I think whatever next pullback is going to happen in the 5 minute is just pullback so that way they can make lower lows. We'll see if that actually pans out. And back to Visa. Visa's actually doing good. It's doing good. I'm back at 38%.
You got that Visa?
Uh-huh. Visa Januaries. That was a good trade. I took about a good chunk off the table on that one. Got to my $100 profit. Was going to get more, but I don't trust the action because we're so close to the 300. I would have to have conviction that we're going to stay under the 300. I don't like my stoke here. Don't like this. Maybe I'll find a better contract closer. So that's it. It's 10:15. It was a solid trade, right? I paid 42 cents for the contract. Sold 9 of them for 50 cents. So that's an $8 profit. 8 times 9. What's that number? Oh, actually it's 100 with my Visa. That's what it is. 8 times 9. 72? Probably butchering that.
72.
Oh, right? 72? I don't know why. Oh, let me go old school. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
72.
7, 8. Yeah. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 72. 72. All right, they try to push it right back down. We'll see what happens. That said, again, my camp date is already set. Tickets will be on sale soon. NQued is at its finishing stages. So those that was in my previous camp has access to this new system. It is great. You could kind of see with the pullback, the alert basically let us know that there is some sense of retracement, and we have 2 instances of that, and that's why I took my profit. The first one was roughly around my entry here, and I saw this thing push up. That was a good amount of ticks for my NQ folks. That's 100 ticks right there. Well, we pushed right back up, and then this one was another retracement. How much of a push up was that one? This one was 65. So we looking for those reversal areas after very, very good impulsive grab of liquidity type of market. And that's what we do with NQ. So if you want to participate and be part of it, by all means, go ahead and hit up my link tree, sign up for the one-on-one, and I will detail all that information. That said, see you tomorrow at 9:15, and we're going to have ourselves some fun. Oops, I didn't mean to go to Russell. I meant to go to this camera. All right, so have a great day. Be safe. Do not get reckless. We made a little chunk of change here. Don't give it all away. All right, have a great day. See you tomorrow.